Good morning, guys. Welcome to iPhone Smart. Just doing a recap of our racing at Fairview on the 7th of July. And we started with the first race. Gavin Smith here with the Joker sign. Now, remember what the Joker sign is. That is when we have the trainer and the owner, or the jockey and the owner, with the same connections. In other words, same surnames, names. If there's any connection between them, hover over there. Similarities found between trainer, jockey, and owners. So we started off with a greenie, 2-1. No points for getting the greenie right. If you look at the greenie at the bottom, for those that prefer the pictures rather than the numbers, you'll see Peace Frog here at 1.22, which is that 1.22 there, and the nearest on the green bats far away, the Lady Love, which ran third on 5.98, which is also the bat C. But yeah, that was an easy spot. Peace Frog 2-1, 200% return in the bank, greenie 1. Moving on to the next race here. So the top rated ran fourth, the second rated ran second, the third rated ran first. Kind of Blue, and after Gavin Smith won the first race, he had to also double up, of course, so made it a little bit difficult for the people to know which one, because he enters 3 in the race: Mokotwa, Ramzan, and Van der Merwe. And he doesn't win with the 5th rated jockey, he doesn't win with the 9th rated jockey, he wins with the 47th rated jockey, running his second run after a rest, Kind of Blue, that does have the best bat CD here. Exact course and exact distance. So how do we know that? If we just say Polly, exact course and exact distance, you'll see he pops in at the bottom. Kind of Blue, he pops in here. Kind of Blue, the lowest one, 10.22, which was that value there. So nice little setup for Mr. Agent Smith. Moving on to the third race. So that's Smith first, Smith second. That's 2 winners for Agent Smith. And remember that we're closing off July with the yearly trainer and jockey and everything else prizes. So a bit of a fight between Smith and Greef currently for who's going to take the Eastern Cape. So just bear that in mind for the rest of the season. There will be quite a lot of Smith and Greef putting their best hands forward. In the third race here, Bucala, change of stable, as that little house there suggests. Also a change of gear from Alamites and blinkers to Alamites only. And also the best on the 84 days, nicely hidden, not shown on the 42 days, on the 168 days, and also on the Bum C. In fact, 7.66 lengths better than the second best on the bum roll curve, which is a consistency curve over the last 8 months, or 240 days. Over the last 240 days, over those 12 runs or 11 runs, Bucala was on average 7.6 lengths better than the next best in the field. Given the merit rating, the surface, the going, the weight carried, the lengths behind the winner, and everything else calculated, everyone's got the same chance to get these figures. So yeah, Bucala was the one in that race that did the best on the bum roll curve and obliged to winning that race. And then the bat figures hidden here because it's red. If it's red, it means it's outside today's distance category. So in this case, just showing you what that actually means is when we look at outside of today's distance category, that 6.65 in red there was over 1300, and today was a 1600. So 300 meters away. Looks like he does like the 1300 more, given that he's been backed in from 25 into 12 there. So one to watch over a little shorter for the next time. Twice the Saint, which is now also red. The reason why he's red is because his merit rating has been sufficiently played with. Funny that a horse that's supposed to not even be 4 years old yet, trainers are getting paid to untrain a horse, in other words, to make its merit rating worse. Quite interesting. Anyway, that's how it is. Third was American Dazzler, Sharon Kotzen, another joker face there. So always keep in mind for the jokers, because the jokers can always strike at any time, because it's more profitable for the trainer to strike with the joker, since he's also then the owner. Fourth race, Path of Choice. There's another example of a strike where the merit rating has sufficiently been tampered with. You'll see here it was a 77 merit rating, and he's come down all the way to his most recent merit rating being a 60 merit rating. That gives him 17 merit rating points, or 8.5 kilos to play with, to make that strike more trusted, I would say. He then also did put Kendall Mini on the last round that he didn't even try with, but even though he didn't even try with it, that 8.01 bat figure that you see there, when he supposedly didn't even try with it because he didn't have the strike jockey on, was sufficiently enough to be only less than a length closer than Green Falcon, which was the favorite over that course and distance. So you'll see that 8.01 was purely a reconnaissance mission. Then after that, put Richard Fourie on, put blinkers on, put tongue tie on, nice 8-1 red horse, hidden the form sufficiently, and strikes. Which means we'll probably now get an Alan Greef double along the way, because you need to double up on these. It's much easier to pay the stable fees when you're doubling up. And there we have it, Alan Greef with another joker face. Again, Richard Fourie, quick count, was second rated. You'll see there was the reconnaissance mission again, the 1200 meters with Richard Fourie on board, just to look at things nicely. And he follows, it was backed in on that run. And on the 3000 meter runs, you can see backed in on the last one when Kendall Mini was not the strike jockey, but the jockey. So yeah, the money was not on. When the money is on, you'll see the money is on. There's the winner from the strike jockey, and backed in from 4.5 into 2, and quick count duly obliges when the probabilities are much stronger for the connections to win it, which they do in that race. Moving on to the sixth race, now we're on Alan Greef 2 in a row, and Greenie comes, and Greenie arrives again. Alan Greef and Richard Fourie. Again, there's no points for guessing this one. On the bat curve, consistency curve, a full 11.47 lengths better than the second best. So a bit of a one horse race really, at 280% return. Not bad. Thank you, Mr. Greef, for doing that 3 in a row trick there for us again, Agent Greef. And you can see him very easily spotted here at the bottom, the only one that gets down to the fictitious finishing line. So yeah, that's how you actually spot these things happening before they happen. Moving on to the seventh race, and here Alan Greef tried with the Kendall Mini trick to pay back Kendall Mini, but he couldn't win. He only ran third, but he was a nice little 8-1 for a place. You can see 3 lengths better than the second best here, and yeah, if that double destiny is out of the way, that's a red one. If you look at the next green one, is 9 better. So nice place value on, definitely, maybe in that race. Moving on to the next race, obviously definitely maybe with Richard Fourie on, is more a winning prospect than a place prospect. And then in the eighth race, our top total points here, 72 points versus the second best 64, a heavily red horse, Sandbank, top rated 25-1 with Sandbank 16-1. And there's our lovely Joker, and needless to say what Jokers does. Jokers comes and surprises us, or the public, really, not us anymore. And Dalil wins at lovely 25-1, drifts out to 33-1 and wins. Everyone's out the pick six, but yeah, obviously we're not out the pick six, because first on form, first on intentions to use the form, and first on the total points. And if you look at our previous probability stats, 17 races, top rated to finish first, a lovely 31% of the times the form wins, and additionally a 38% of the times the total point wins. So that's 1 out of 3. Not bad for a 1 out of 3 to get 25-1 return on a 1 out of 3, I would imagine. Moving on to the last one in our recap, Esther, and here's the nice payout for Alan Greef and Kendall Mini. Median speed, exact distance, median speed, 33% chance, the highest in the field on the probability stats. From 64 previous times that we've attempted to see this, you can see the highest here is 33%. And that 33% belongs to Esther, which is a 16-to-1 shot, drifted to 20-to-1 and wins. And then followed by Moonstrike, a 33-to-1, which is our best bat C, which is 3 lengths better than Esther. What I like to do is always this consistency curve, because that you can't hide from the consistency curve. You can hide the form, you can do what you want, you can change the merit rating and the distances and the poly, and you can like put blinkers on and alamite and whatever else, but that consistency curve is always a nice indicator for the public to know when they're in business. And Jock Stradom tried the best. There's the jockey, the Joker pack. JVR Stradom, Money Talks Syndicate. Oh yes, the money did try to talk there, but beaten by Agent Greef on Esther, which got it better. Median speed, exact distance, median speed, 33% chance to win on the exact distance, median speed. And yeah, duly obliges. So another successful day. Looking over at the jockey trainer combos, and the reasons why we do these things is you can see who's in form third with Fourie, first Fourie, first Fourie, first Fourie, and then moving over to Kendall Meany, a second and a first there. Also from Gavin Smith with Kamalo, first and a second there. I like watching these things. You can see how the story unfolds. You can see Kelly Mitchley as well, second, first and second. So yeah, always keep an eye on that, and keep your ODR on. If your ODR is on, that on day rules enabled, you'll see little plus signs coming all over the place, which adjusts the ratings based on what has transpired during the day to make use of that additional functionality if you so wish. That's it, guys. I hope you had a nice day, and hope that you stay profitable in racing. Have a great day.